Hi there, Cancerians. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at March 30th through April 5th. And this is definitely one of those weeks when you may be running for shelter, for cover. You might want to get into bed on Friday and not get up until Monday. And that's due to the total lunar eclipse full moon in Libra, which is the sign of relationships, on Saturday, April 4. And it's going to be a very big full moon cosmic event. And of course, you're ruled by the moon. So you're going to feel the effects very much, probably more than most other signs. It's in your fourth house of domesticity, of home and family. If you've been on the verge of kicking out your flatmate, roommate for, a couple of weeks or months, Saturday night could very well be the time you give them that month's notice. If you and your partner have hit a rocky patch, it's give or take how it's going to go, but this is a good weekend to sit down and talk things through. It's amazing what opening up the doors of communication can do. Too often, we want to say something, we're scared to say it, or we just don't find the right time. And although timing is everything, it's also really important that you come out and say, hey, you know what? You really let me down on such and such. I have clients that are still upset about Valentine's Day, what didn't happen or what happened but wasn't very adequate for Valentine's Day. That was February. And they still haven't said anything. So next year, unless they say something, it's going to happen again. And, I say that. Communication, it doesn't matter what star sign you are. It doesn't matter what rising you are. It's really important to say, hey, before we, have a drink, before we eat dinner, before we go to this movie, because movies, you sit there and you don't say anything, and that's often the way couples work things out. They can, they'll go and talk about the movie for half an hour or an hour, but they won't talk about the elephant in the room. So this full moon lunar eclipse is definitely going to stir up that fourth house. And if you are feeling family pressure, domestic pressure, it's a time for you to speak up and to make some decisions and to make sure that you're just not stuck in a rut of your own making. Buy yourself a shovel and dig your way out of that rut. It's really important that you do so. Mars, which is the planet of passion and energy, is moving into grounded, stubborn Taurus, your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendship. And for the next 6 weeks, it's a great time for those of you who have often said to a friend, we should, rent a timeshare and go somewhere or travel overseas, start a business together, have a garage sale or a yard sale together. Doing something with your friends, something that you've often thought about and read about and wanted to do over the next 6 weeks, it's going to be much easier to do such things, because the planets are definitely on your side. And then the sun will be moving into the same part of your chart later on in April when the sun moves into Taurus. So the end of April is actually one of the best times of 2015 for you, not forgetting that right now, planetary activity in your 10th house of career is excellent. Mercury, the communicator, moves into your 10th house of career and ambition, joining up with the sun this week. If you want something at work, once again, speak up, ask for it. It can't hurt. As long as your demands or requests are reasonable and not, you're not saying, I want a $50,000 raise today, or something that's, your boss is going to be like, oh my God, out. Speak up, because the planets are on your side. Have a great week. Great speaking to you, and I'll speak to you again next week.